Welcome into Wren Park here for the 28th Wren Wiffleball Championship here on WOSN. Patrick Hamler, Dave Bowen here with you, and the pageantry on full display here at Wren Park. This is the 28th championship, and we are ready to introduce the two teams who will compete tonight. Here is Dave Bowen to introduce tonight's competitors.
Wiffleball fans, put your hands together! The Seven Nation Army! It's time for championship action between the Honey Badgers and the Eager Beavers! Have endured the fierce competition and battled their way through 3 rounds of tournament action for a right to play in the big show, the crown jewel of Wiffleball tournaments. We've had 16 different teams still standing as Wiffleball champions over the past 27 years. Tonight we will crown the champions of 2019, our 28th year of tournament action. Will it be the Honey Badgers, your defending champion, or the Eager Beavers, the 2-time champions in 2016 and 17? You, the best Wiffleball fans in the world, are about to find out who will complete their journey by running through the field of 16 to become Wiffleball champions. Let's meet our teams and players. First, for the visitor on your scoreboard, it'll be, again, the 2018 defending champion, the Honey Badgers, your non-starters from the University of Akron. Number 21, Reggie McAdams. Number 9, from Van Wert High School, TJ Reynolds. And from the University of Akron, Ricky Ellinger. Now, the starting lineup for the Honey Badgers. He's your left fielder leading off, number 22 from Ohio Northern University, Joey Hurley. In the 2 spot, your pitcher, the veteran, number 8 from The Ohio State University, Brian Bassett. Batting third, longtime Wiffleball participant, number 12 from Huntington University, and playing first base, Sean LaFelton. In the cleanup spot for the Honey Badgers, he's in right field, wearing number 3 from Toledo, Corey Clifton. The man batting fifth and anchoring the black hole, from The Ohio State University, number 4, Nathan Bassett. And completing your starting lineup for the Honey Badgers, he's your catcher, number 6 from Findlay University, Kyle Scheich. Honey Badger fans, give it up for your team. And now the team that wants to get back to the pedestal after succumbing to the Honey Badgers last year. Your 2016 and 17 champion, the Eager Beavers. They will be the home team on your scoreboard. The Eager Beavers get to the championship game by defeating Overholt Foreman Electric 22-2, the Ballbusters 19-4, and MKS Siding 7-3. First, your non-starters from Bluffton University, Colby Clifton. And from Malone University, Nehemiah Murphy. And here, the starting lineup for the offensive potent Eager Beavers. Leading off, your third baseman, number 10 from The Ohio State University, Cole Ralston. Batting second, a graduate of IPFW. Manning left field, number 15, Damian Hell. In the 3 spot, he's on the bump. He's your pitcher, number 16 from Wheeling University, Malachi Murphy. In the cleanup spot and playing right field from Varmint Guard University, number 12, Brock Ralston. In the 5 hole for the Eager Beavers, Ohio Northern University grad, playing first base, number 26, Bryce Richardson. And completing the starting lineup for the Eager Beavers, he's your catcher, number 23, from The Ohio State University, Spencer Ralston. Eager Beaver fans, give it up for your team. Warehouse fans, let's give a round of applause for the men in charge who have done an outstanding job yet again. Our umpiring crew, Tim Busher, Jeff Klaus, and Matt Balster.
Those are your starting lineups tonight. When we come back, we'll have action here from the warehouse coming up on WOSN. Back to Wren Park here for the 28th Wiffle Ball Championship game. Here on WOSN is Dave Bowen, who does a masterful job, as always, announcing, kind of quarterbacking the action. Really, you're here all day. We broadcast the championship, but really this has been going on for about the last couple days here.
Yeah, started last night, Friday evening. We had 4 games in the first round, then finished up the first round starting at 8:30 this morning, Patrick. It's an all-day affair, a lot of festivities. Wren Park Wiffle Ball Warehouse, just a great opportunity for people to come and see some outstanding wiffle ball and some athletes who are still in their prime, getting after it in this endeavor on this field.
We've got the Eager Beavers taking on the Honey Badgers tonight. The Badgers, winners of last year's Wiffle Ball Championship tournament. The Eager Beavers winners in 16 and 17. So the last 3 champions colliding tonight here at Wren Wiffle Ball, Wren Park. And if you've been here for a while, if you followed this and you watch this broadcast, you've kind of made this part of your yearly tradition on WOSN. You'll notice a lot of things. A lot of things are kind of the same. If you're brand new to this, if it's your first time watching a Wiffle Ball Championship game, and you're thinking, what in the heck is Wiffle Ball doing on the television right now? Well, I'll tell you what, it is definitely a spectacle. There's a lot of pageantry. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of fun that goes into this. And this is some serious competition, too. As you said, there are prime athletes out here.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got Corey Clifton. You've got Damian Helm. I could go on, and players that didn't get here, Patrick, that have played at the collegiate level in one sport or another. So it is a really neat experience. But when it comes down to it, we want to keep that basis of backyard wiffle ball as part of the mystique of the game, with a lot of professionalism surrounding it.
Prior to the beginning of the game tonight, the second Hall of Fame induction ceremony here at Wiffle Ball for Wren Park took place, and that's a familiar story that you heard. Is a lot of people started in someone's backyard, or they watched someone playing it either in the backyard or right here on this field, and that got them wanting to do it, and I'm sure that they're passing it on. There's little kids out here tonight, a lot of them out here watching what's going on, and one day perhaps they will be here on this field competing in this tournament.
You're right, and a lot of the guys that are out on the field tonight, their fathers played along and beside myself back in the day, and now their children are carrying on the tradition.
And we are about ready to get started with wiffle ball action. So you'll notice only a total of 6 guys on the field. There's 1 catcher and 5 position players. We've got the Eager Beavers on the field first. Brian Richardson patrolling first base. Brock Ralston, Damian Helm in the outfield. Cole Ralston around third base. Malachi Murphy, your pitcher, and we are underway here at the warehouse.
Is open for championship business.
And this one's going to be a pop fly to get it started, and Cole Ralston is there for the catch, and that's one away here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Joey Hurlis, the leadoff hitter for the Honey Badgers. Again, you want to get that leadoff hitter on base and try and move him around, just like you do in baseball and softball.
First pitch, and you'll notice the action, very fast pace. You're not going to see a lot of space in between, and there you go, just like that. 2 out.
Yep, that was Brian Bassett at the plate, a long-time wiffle ball player. I can remember when he was a kid, and he just couldn't wait to turn 16 to be able to do this.
Now it's Sean LaFountain up to bat. 2 away here in the top of the first. And this was going to be a slapper right to first base, and that is going to be a base hit. So LaFountain able to get on with 2 out. And no gloves, no apparatus of any kind to help you catch. It's your hands, and best of luck.
You want to have soft hands. You could use a glove if you so desired. I haven't seen a glove on the field for probably the last 10 years as the game really has turned into a speed game. You don't have enough time to make the transition from glove to hand. It's got to be quick.
That hit is foul over past the third base line. We'll do it again, and you'll see that as you watch this game that there isn't a lot of picking it up, setting, throwing. They're catching it, and with the same hand, they're flicking it to the base, trying to get it out. And you need to have that speed in order to get there. That one foul tipped.
Yeah, speed is the name of the game. We tried to make some adjustments this year, Patrick. Thought we might see more home runs, but that has not materialized.
Popped up to Cole Ralston once again, and just like that, the top of the first is over, and the Honey Badgers are retired. Now the Eager Beavers come up to bat. And for the Eager Beavers, they have put up runs in bunches. In fact, they won their semifinal game 7-3. That was the fewest runs they were able to score, kept in single digits, actually.
Yeah, correct. That was against another quality opponent in MKS Siding, but the Eager Beavers have come to the tournament this year as an offensive juggernaut. 22-2 in their first game, 19-4 in their second. We don't typically see that at Wren Park, but they have just hit the ball where the defense has not been in position to make a play. It's been incredible. So we're going to see what happens. They have jumped on all 3 of their opponents up to this point early in the game. So Cole Ralston will lead things off. Let's see what happens.
The Badgers, no slouches either, 20-0. Their first round win over Putnam Stables. Then they defeated the Long Ballers 7-3, and Welsh Trophy 5-1 to get to where they're at. So plenty of offense on the field right now. We'll see how it goes. This one's a slapper to the middle of the field, and having some trouble fielding that one is Joey Hurlis. So they'll start with a leadoff hit.
Cole Ralston has done that the entire tournament. He has set the table, and now you have Damian Helm, the left-hander, at the plate.
A lot of familiar names here if you followed Crestview and Van Wert sports. There's a strike across the plate, struck him out.
Struck him out. You hate to see that as far as the offensive player. It's a hitter's game, anything close. That is, I believe that's 15th strikeout of the tournament. So Malachi Murphy will step to the plate as the Eager Beavers go left-hander to left-hander.
Pitcher v. pitcher as well. That one is called a ball. Another ball, looking for his pitch here. And that one across for a strike. One of the longest at-bats you'll see happening right here. And this one fouled off into the night.
And with that foul ball, it's a great time to introduce our officiating crew. Behind the plate, our longtime veteran Tim Busher. At first, Jeff Klaus. And a rookie this year in the middle of the field in Matt Balster.
This one popped up, and right there is Bassett. Hustling back is Cole Ralston to first base, and that's 2 away.
Ralston at first, 2 away.
That's going to bring up Brock Ralston, the right fielder for the Eager Beavers.
So a chance to try and put some runs on that. Ralston sends a charge, and right there to click that is Clifton. And that is 1 inning in the books here from Wren Park, and we have no score as we head into the top of the second. And a festive atmosphere here tonight. It has been a nice night for wiffle ball. No rain. It hasn't been that hot. it's just a great night to take in some athletic action.
It has. It's been a beautiful day, Patrick. We had a little bit of rain in our first game, but that's part of wiffle ball. You got to play with the elements. The catawba tree behind home plate, that's part of the field. If the ball hits it, it's live. But you're right, we have a great crowd. Beautiful evening. I think we have around 2,000 people here. We click them when they come in, and last I heard we were at about 1,990. So I'm going to give us the extra 10, 2,000 people. If you haven't been here, put it in your plans next year for the third week in August.
So we are ready to go for inning number 2, and this one is a shot and still a chance to get him at first base, and he will be in there with a single to get us started here in the top of the second. And you could put a ball in the outfield and still get thrown out.
Absolutely, absolutely. You want superb athletes in left field and right field, but that's Nathan Bassett at first base, and the Honey Badgers get their first man on base.
Possible 2 here. There's 1 at second, and the guy at first will get through. And I think that's Brian. That's Kyle Scheidt, actually. He gets on.
Yep, the catcher
Fielder's
for
choice.
the Honey Badgers.
And now Joey Hurlis, his second opportunity, and that's a strike. This one fouled off and a bounce off the light post, so we'll do it again.
Good time to talk about the dimensions of Wren Park. We play on a 70-degree field, 122 down the lines, 125 to straight center. The bases are 50 feet apart.
Here's the next pitch. Hurlis slaps this one to the pitcher, and that'll be out number 2.
50 feet apart, and you notice we have Kyle Scheidt at second. Second base is deeper, looks like a kite. With them being 50 feet apart in a 70-degree field, that's naturally going to push second deeper.
So it's a compressed field, but has a lot of MLB features. Talk about those as we go on. That one, a can of corn, and that will end their side of the second inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the second, and still no score. So usually how these things happen sometimes, you get 2 offensive juggernauts together and it turns into a defensive slog.
It really is interesting when you get into the championship game how intense everybody is, and they tighten up a little bit in the batter's box. It is a hitter's game. The air gets a little heavier here when we're playing under the lights, but you're right. Both teams, both pitchers, outstanding pitchers, and there is technique. It's a hitter's game, but the pitchers don't want to put anything down the middle of the plate. They want to make those batters earn everything they get.
I don't think we've seen a home run in the championship game, at least on our broadcast here on WOSN in the last couple of years, but that possibility is ever present because you can put a charge in one and send it over the fence. And there is a nice play by Corey Clifton right by the logo here in center field for 1 out.
Got to have tremendous communication out here. We could have a lot of collisions, and Corey and Joey would not want to mix it up. Joey might take the brunt of that contact.
And there's a slap to right field, and that's going to be foul.
Spencer Ralston doing the catching tonight and wearing number 23.
Spencer Ralston at the plate. Looks at a ball.
Ralston waits on
And
deck.
another ball.
1 out, inning, bottom of the
And
second.
Ralston lets this one go into the outfield, but he is going to be safe at first base, beating the throw.
And that close call right there is why we really get quality officials, and they like coming to Renway. They don't get bored on the out there on the field at all, Patrick, because there are bang-bang plays all over the place.
The field being compressed and the action and the athletes, you get a lot of close plays like that, and you'll see more than a few of those. If you're here for the entire weekend, you're going to see a bunch. They happen in every game, but particularly in this championship game, you're going to see just a lot more of those.
You're exactly right. Fortunately, the tournament this year, no one has gotten hurt.
Slapped one off the Bassett, and not able to make a play is Hurlis. So runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Damian Helm, the left fielder.
As I said, no one has gotten hurt because these guys do bang bodies because, as you said, the compressed field.
Slap that one. Bassett has it. So they'll get the force at third.
And also one of the neat things about the tournament, which Jamie Davis had at the forefront from its inception, great sportsmanship.
Yep.
teams to teams, teams to officials, fans. It's one of the keys that makes this such a successful endeavor.
That crosses for a strike.
Malachi Murphy at the plate.
And Murphy will slap this one. Bassett should get it, and that'll do it. So the scoring threat is for naught. And 2 innings in the books, still no score here from Wren Park. This is the 28th edition of the Wren Wiffleball Championship, the 2nd edition of the Hall of Fame. We had that ceremony before, and a number of contributors, important contributors going into the Hall of Fame for you guys this year.
Yes, absolutely. As I stated earlier, Jamie Davis is the founder of this tournament. His father, Mo Davis, went into the Hall of Fame. Then we also had Kirk Lichtensteiger, Mick Henry, Jack Davis, and Steve Holden. Jack Davis is the current commissioner, and all of those players have done an outstanding job, either if they're still playing or in the past, and have earned that worthy recognition. We do have a Hall of Fame committee that meets in the wintertime to sit down and review this plethora of players who deserve this recognition, but we do that once every 3 years, and this year we inducted that class of 5.
So we're into the 3rd now, and Sean LaFountain at the dish.
Top of the 3rd inning.
And LaFountain lets this one go almost. Is that a catch? No, it hit the ground. LaFountain gets to first. So nice effort there by Brock Ralston trying to bring that one in.
Yes, excellent effort by Brock, but the Honey Badgers put that leadoff runner on first base. See if Corey Clifton can move him around.
Trying to generate some offense here for the first time. 1 on, no one out here in the top of the 3rd. And this one, possible double play, having some trouble with it. And he's going to be safe at second, bobbling the ball. So runners now at 1st and 2nd with no one away.
A legitimate scoring threat now, Patrick. Let's see what the Honey Badgers can do with it. Nathan Bassett, a longtime player in the tournament, at the plate.
Bassett, 3rd baseman. Runner in scoring position. He's going to slap at the 3rd base, see if they can get the bases juiced, and they absolutely will.
The bases are full of blue shirts, and the Honey Badgers are in business now. They've got to make some money with nobody out.
Kyle Scheidt at the dish can crack a goose egg in the score column if he can get a base hit here. And Murphy throws a strike.
0-1 is our count.
Second pitch, this one up and popped up, so they'll get the out and the runners will stay put.
That is a huge out, Patrick. Huge out. 1 out now. Changes the dynamics a little bit with Joey Hurlis stepping to the plate.
First pitch. Difficult, though not impossible, to tag up and run on a pop fly like this. They will give it a try, and they will tag and score. So the Beavers score. I'm sorry, it's the Badgers who score, and it's 1-0.
Not real deep there, but it did get the job done. It looked like the ball slipped out of Damien's hands just a little bit. Not one of his best throws.
Well, Fountain scores from 3rd. This one out to Ralston, and that is going to do it for this inning. But there is a score. Finally, the Badgers put one up, and they lead 1-0. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, and kind of noticing the strategy, at least from the Badgers on that particular side, not really trying to put the ball in the air. You saw the guys that got on base successfully kind of slapping down at it and trying to get some ground action happening. And we saw the Badgers kind of have some, the Beavers kind of have some problem fielding those.
Exactly. You want to put it on the ground, put the pressure on the defense. They had the bases loaded to the Honey Badgers, then they hit 3 consecutive fly balls. They got a run out of it, but maybe if they'd have put that on the ground, they might still be batting.
So they'll brush off home plate.
Again, this has just been a superb pitching and defensive exhibition by the Honey Badgers at this point, because the eager Beavers have just scored with so much regularity in the tournament this year.
Beavers up to bat. There's a nice shot right to Corey Clifton, who barely had to move his feet, and that's 1 away.
3rd inning, we're moving right along. No clock in championship play.
Bryce Richardson, the first baseman, your batter.
Settled right out here.
And called strike.
Takes. In fact, last year we went, I think, 10
And this one popped up. Clifton is there, gets it by second base, and he collects the second out. Beavers down in order so far, 2 away.
Spencer Ralston, your batter.
Spencer Ralston.
And Ralston puts a charge at this one, and Clifton is there and makes the out. So Clifton earned his paycheck on this half inning. He collects all 3 outs, and we head to the 4th. 1-0. Top of the 4th here at the Wiffle Ball Championship Contest. 1-0 right now. The Honey Badgers on top, and they are up to bat. Patrick Hamler, Dave Bowen here with you. And it has been a defensive struggle, a pitching contest between 2 offensive juggernauts here so far tonight.
It sure has. The tide has turned in this game. So, again, it's going to come down to some key plays, and we'll see what happens. Again, a great crowd. I don't know if our...
Here's a Fountain, chops that one, and a nice barehanded grab. Of course, they're all going to be barehanded grabs. They're just that much more impressive when you see them.
Yep.
As Bryce Richardson corrals that one for out number 1. Nice fielding play by Cole Ralston. And having trouble with that one is Brock Ralston.
Yeah, you give a single there. Nice ball to the outfield. They tried to pick Corey off there at first on a throw behind him. But again, I don't know if our outstanding camera people have been able to do this, but getting a crowd shot to show that this is standing room only would be awesome.
And indeed, it is standing room only, 4 deep standing room only in some places. In fact, there's some of the, looks like some of the rafters and stuff like that set up here, and people are standing any way they can to get a view of the action. There's a runner in scoring position once again for the Badgers.
And that plays into it as well a little bit, Patrick. These guys, they're used to playing in front of big crowds. It just hasn't happened in a while, though, in their careers. So that brings a little more nervousness and intensity to the whole experience.
Slapped and going to take it himself is Malachi Murphy. So beats his man to the bag, and 1, 2, 3. So they leave a man stranded.
Everybody stand up, please.
And they'll head to the bottom of the 4th. They're going to do Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Wren Park, and we'll bring him in.
No better place, is there?
Steve Lotzenheiser, our longtime official scorer,
Are
is
you
going
ready?
to take us through.
1,
Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever come back, or it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame for it. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, hey.
Nice job there. You'll notice we didn't help him. We were just listening.
Yeah. Does an excellent job as a solo artist on that one. The only thing I'll add is what Harry Carey used to say at the end, let's get some runs.
Absolutely. And I've, being a Cubs fan, I've heard that for so long, I automatically go Cubbies. Like, oh, home team.
There you
That's
go.
right. I forgot that part of the lyric.
Top of the lineup for the Eager Beavers with Cole Ralston at the plate.
And the Beavers are the home team tonight. And there's a rifle shot right past second base. Hurl is having trouble with it. And a leadoff single for the Beavers to get it started here in the 4th.
Ralston leads things off in the 4th.
See if they can push him around. They'll have Damian Helm coming to the plate now.
So now you see him trying to put some air. There's a slap down, possible double play. Nope, they'll go ahead and get the sure out at first. So able to move around the bases as Ralston. Now he's at second in scoring position with 1 away.
You really want to go to second there, but Brian Bassett saw the distance there and made the decision to get the sure out.
Foul tip. And that one inside. The 1-1 pitch, and this one is going to get through for a single, and a play at the plate coming up. And it's going to be a rundown. Do they get him? They gets back to third safely, nice play there by Cole Ralston. Looked like he was going to get tagged out, able to get back to third before the tag was applied. And now runners are at second and third.
Kyle Scheid came hard up the line, thought he had a chance, dove, didn't quite get him, landed on Cole's legs. Cole a little shook up, heading back to third base here, but the Eager Beavers, again, a great opportunity here. Runners on second and third.
In favor of the Honey Badgers.
Brock Ralston, your batter.
Ralston swing and a miss.
You got the Ralston boys, Brock, Cole, and Spencer. Their dad, Kent, I know he's really proud of these three young men.
Another hard shot. That's going to bring a run in. And we are all knotted at one here as the Beavers put up their first run of the night.
A lot of noise from the crowd supporting the Eager Beavers, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that just make noise because we only get to do this one weekend a year.
That one off the pitcher. Another run comes across on the single. So the Beavers take the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth.
2-1, bottom of fourth.
This is Spencer Ralston at the plate now.
Ralston looking to add to it. He slaps on this one, stays foul, and a nice play. Going to try and get the play, and is going to get him at home plate. What a play defensively to stop the bleeding. But the Beavers get the lead, and after 4 innings, it's a 2-1 lead for the Eager Beavers. So you just have moments like that where it happens fast, and you got to stay up with it.
How many double plays do you see that are occurring that way in high school ball or professional ball? Out at first, then at home. That's the kind of action that brings WOSN to this tournament and wiffle ball fans to this tournament.
Monica Davis this morning.
And that is more the exception than the rule. You know, the first time I came out and covered this, you know, and of course you're looking up all kind of things on, all right, so how do you play wiffle ball? And there's all these rules, things that I come out here. Well, this is nothing like what I researched online, but it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
This is a lot more fun than what you see other places.
And we did have a tournament team, an entry this year, who played more like what you saw online in the rules of different type of wiffle ball than how it's played here. And that team, they had a good showing, but overall they got educated. Lost their first game.
And that one just drops in for a base hit. In between a couple of players, Murphy and Ralston. Spencer Ralston trying to get to it and couldn't. So a leadoff single. Looks like a line drive in the scorebook. And the Badgers start off with a base hit.
They need to counter those 2 runs put up by the Eager Beavers.
And they'll get the play at first. That will advance the runner.
Yeah, so Joey Hurlis finds himself on second base with 1 out. Sean LaFountain at the plate. I really look for Sean to try and yank that ball to the right side in order to move Hurlis to third.
Indeed, man. I mean, what he's doing, he's going to pop that one up, and right there is Damian Helm to make the play, and 2 away.
He should have listened to his old coach because he harmless fly ball. Corey Clifton, your batter.
See if Clifton can push it to that side. Of course, he's looking for a base hit. That's the only way you're going to advance Hurlis at this point with 2 away. And all hits Murphy and recovers and gets the out. So no damage done in this half inning.
The question is, did Malachi see that ball or feel it before he saw it?
Right.
And I'm going to go with the latter. Nice play by Malachi Murphy.
In any case, it ends up as an out, and that will switch us up still 2-1 as the Beavers now will come up to bat.
In honor of those serving in the armed forces, our firefighters, paramedics, and law enforcement officers, please rise and join Mr. Chad Thatcher for the singing of God Bless America.
We'll bring you in for this, God Bless America.
By Chad Thatcher, he sang for opening ceremonies. Outstanding singer. You're going to enjoy this, Patrick.
oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Nice job, Chad.
Excellent job there.
Yesterday afternoon.
And just part of the pageantry here of Wiffle Ball in Wren, Ohio.
You got that right, Patrick. Good old Ohio, Northwest Ohio, Van Wert County, Wren, Ohio. Patriotism and an honor to sing and have that song sung for us in respect of our servicemen and women.
To begin everything tonight, Maya Etzler sang Amazing Grace and the national anthem. Maya Etzler, the younger sister of Javen and Kaylin Etzler, and I don't remember who I met her with. It was at a function in Van Wert, and they told me that she's better at basketball than Javen and Kaylin.
Well, we hope so. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, because those two are pretty good.
Yeah, those guys are pretty solid at what they do.
Yeah, Maya is an 8th grader this year.
Shot right to Joey Hurlis. And that's one away. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1, and we're gonna slap this one. Hurlis fields this one, and a hard throw just off the mark, and that will put a man on first with one away.
You notice Damian Helm running through the base there. You really want to turn left when you know there's an overthrow, but with the distance on these bases, it's better to just stay at first base, more often than not.
And because of the dimensions, I mean, so much can change on a hair this way or a hair that way, that an overthrow like that, you can get to second pretty easily, maybe even third, depending on where it goes.
If you can get the opponent to throw the ball around, but one of the reasons these two teams are here in this game is because they don't throw the ball around.
Absolutely. These are the two best teams, and traditionally the two best teams. These are the last 3 championship winning teams. The Beavers winning it last year. I'm sorry, the Badgers winning it last year. The Beavers winning it the previous 2 years, and that's going to be a base hit. And the Beavers will have runners at the corners.
And they're going to look to play add-on here a little bit. And then prior to the last 3 years, MKS Siding won it for 4 years, and there are guys on both of these teams that played on that team. So there's some guys that have played in several championship games over the last 7 years.
So there's a lot of guys here who, if they don't play 4 games this weekend, they're not really sure what to do with themselves.
No, and they're disappointed, and they're going to put a little more time in prior to the next year's tournament in preparation.
Going to be a slap, and trouble with it. That's going to score a run.
Scores run number 3.
And he's going to get to second. He's going to advance. So a run comes across, and 2 bases are picked up there for the Eager Beavers as Bryce Richardson. It looked like that was going to be just another out, but Richardson gets on second base and has a run across the plate.
So many things you got to think about when the ball is hit. It's like a bunt. You can't take half swings. You have to swing through it, but there's so many balls that die between home and the pitcher's mound.
Spencer Ralston and Corey Clifton with a highlight catch. And I'll tell you what, that's something that shows up on the sports report.
Yeah, that's a top 10 right there.
That is absolutely a top 5 Layfield Welding top 5 play. And of course, sports report coming back for its 16th season, August 30th. Myself and Frank Altieri will bring you all the highlights from area sports, and we'll have a little bit of behind the scenes of the wiffle ball tournament that we're a part of tonight. We'll take you inside kind of what it takes to put that together, and some of the people that are a part of this that have made it really a family affair. You can catch that when the sports report returns on August 30th. But we are all about wiffle ball tonight here in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 3-1 lead for the Eager Beavers. And, you know, we've seen these games where it looks like, 3-1, 4-1, looks like that's enough of a lead, and then we've seen it turn around just like that.
Yeah, and that's what creates that excitement. And it seems like it happens more often than not in the championship game. Let's see what happens.
Nathan Bassett will lead off for the Honey Badgers as they try to crack into this 3-1 lead for the Beavers. And here's a shot, and Damian Helm is there fighting the lights, making the catch for out number 1.
I think that ball carried a little bit more than Damian first thought it was going to, but he catches it for the first out. And referencing back to what you said with the spot you're going to do about the wiffle ball tournament, we appreciate WOSN and you specifically, Patrick, coming down August 1st on sign-up day.
And got him the diving play there. Nice hustle by Bryce Richardson.
Great play by Bryce. And he's nicked up a little bit there, but that's part of it. But anyway, August 1st was sign-up day, and teams get in line. The champion gets the automatic bid the next year. The other 15 entries get in line, and we had teams in line for approximately 3 days prior to August 1st in order to make sure they were part of this pageantry.
And you'll find out if you watch the story, if you watch the sports report on the 30th, you'll find out I interviewed the person who stayed in line the longest this year. And it was not the longest ever, but certainly long for, well, most anything that you'd wait in line for. You can find out that information on the sports report here in just a couple weeks.
Looking forward to it.
That last hitter is safe. That was Joey Hurlis getting on base. So an opportunity to try and keep the inning alive and maybe tack on an additional run. And there's a hard slap right to Richardson, taps that to Murphy, and that'll do it. So the threat comes to nothing for the Honey Badgers, and it's the Eager Beavers coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Golden Bat?
The Golden Bat, yeah, and it most likely will come into play here in the last 2 innings, but each team can use what we call a Golden Bat because it is gold, and that bat is heavier, it's bigger, and to be quite honest, Patrick, the thought is that if you use that bat, you have a chance of hitting a home run more easily. That has not been the case. Theory and practice have not coincided this year at the tournament, but you can use it one time a game. So we'll see what happens here. If either team gets some runners in scoring position, we might see a batter step up to the plate with the Golden Bat in hand.
And the main advantage for using it is that theoretically it's easier to hit a home run with that particular bat.
That is correct.
There's no additional runs or anything like that come from that.
No.
Yeah.
Just more power.
So we may see the Badgers go to that depending on what the inning looks like. This one will be fouled. And we'll do it again. Cole Ralston will head back and try it one more time. Bottom of 6, we play 7 innings here at Renway Park. And you mentioned earlier, no time limit. The other games you guys play throughout the tournament have a time limit. This one, the championship, they play until there's a winner, whether it's 7 or more innings.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds.
And this one going to get through the wickets, and to second base goes Ralston. And the Beavers have an opportunity now to maybe make their lead insurmountable, at least as far as the offense has been in this contest so far. Damian Helm up to the plate and slaps that one right. Could be 2, and Ralston getting back, and Brian Bassett's going to take a moment. He was probably hit in a place that, well, you don't like to be hit by a wiffle ball, among other things.
And you do get welts. From years ago, back in the day when I pitched, that ball comes back so quickly you can't get a hand on it, and it'll hit you on various parts of your body. And if you've got skin exposed, you're going to feel it. So, yeah, Brian Bassett, he'll be all right here. But that opportunity, what were we talking about there for a second, Patrick, before Ralston made it to second?
You see, we're talking about the gold bat.
Yeah.
We've gotten past that. I don't know, this game moves so fast.
Exactly.
Move on to something else real quick.
And I apologize, fans, but there was a point, I know, we didn't get a thought finish there, but at any rate.
That's again, the thing, you don't want to, you're afraid about starting conversations about things because then something happens and you move on, and people probably scream at their television exactly what we were talking about. And on the drive home tonight, it'll click in.
Yeah, Cole Ralston at second.
I can call you. We'll talk about it.
There you go. There you go.
We'll finish the conversation. We're back to action here And this one's going to drop in for a base hit.
And that's what we've seen the Eager Beavers do throughout the tournament. Hit it where they ain't, and especially at the left side of the plate, driving it down the left field line instead of yanking it to right. Brock Ralston, your batter.
And what you tend to see with wiffle balls is a little bit of a curve once it hits the air. And we saw that, and there's a umpire who gets hit. And that will load the bags for the Beavers.
So it's a dead ball, though. I see they're calling it a dead ball. It's live. I mean, the batter does get to first safely, but now we have bases full of orange shirts, and the Eager Beavers look to break this thing wide open in the bottom of the sixth.
And not going to opt for the gold bat.
Hey, it came back to me, Patrick. The first 2 rounds, 45 minutes or 7
there
innings,
it is.
whichever comes first. The final 4 in the championship game, no time limit.
And this one going to be hard to field. Do they get? No, they won't get it. And a run across, and 2 runs will come across. And Richardson caught in a rundown. So he will be tagged out, but not before 2 runs cross the plate. It's going to be 5-1, the Eager Beavers on top.
And I hate to correct you because you are such a professional, but the guy from first also scored when that rundown was occurring. So all 3 runners on base came across home plate.
So basically the bases cleared, 3 runs score.
Here in the bottom of the 6th.
And that is a big inning. And this one going all the way to the warning track and to the wall. And just an example of how quick things are. Spencer Ralston cranks that one, goes all the way to the wall, single.
Yep. Spencer with the solid single to right field. And yes, the Eager Beavers are putting up a crooked number. It's going to be challenging for the Honey Badgers with only 3 outs remaining to overcome it.
Currently a 6-1 lead, and Clifton is there to ring up the final out. And as you said, 3 more outs the Badgers have to try and force a bottom of the 7th inning. It is 6-1 in favor of the Eager Beavers. Well, I'll tell you what, once again, another fun environment. And of course, we will stick here after the game. We'll bring you the championship celebration. And if you haven't seen a championship celebration, Wren style, you're really letting the best in life pass you by. It really is something to behold here in Wren, Ohio.
Yes, there's a traditional pattern. Both these teams obviously know what it's about because they've done it before. But even the fans play a vital part of the championship post-game ceremonies. Sean LaFountain is going to lead things off, and that's who I would want at the plate in this situation.
So last chance for the Honey Badgers. And there's strike 1. 1 strikeout already in this game tonight. Malachi Murphy at the dish was the guy who had it. And this one will be, no, he is safe at first. So leadoff man gets aboard, and that's what you want to have happen if you're the Honey Badgers.
Yeah, LaFountain legs that one out. He's still really quick, Patrick, but I think he would even admit he's lost a step over the last few years.
Slapped, and this one just slapped out to the outfield, but not quite enough. LaFountain gets to second.
He thought about going to third, but again, they need a lot more runs than just him. So you play it conservatively at this point. 2 on, nobody out. You couldn't hope for anything better as the Badgers try to dig back into this thing in the top of the 7th.
So Clifton gets on. This one slapped away. Could be a double play. No. And a run is going to cross as LaFountain comes from second base and scores. So they tack a run on.
Cuts the lead to 4. Still nobody out, Patrick.
Runners at first and second. So the Badgers getting something started here. Now Kyle Scheidt slaps this one foul.
You may have also noticed we haven't had any substitutes in this game. It's typically what you see when you get to the championship game. You go with what got you there.
Absolutely. There are other guys on the team besides the ones on the field, just in case for injuries or if you want to play a situation, but it is just these guys. This one slapped across, and everyone is going to be safe, and the bases are loaded. Could this be a golden bat opportunity?
Well, they're thinking about it, but I don't think they're going to go with it. Joey Hurliff's not a power hitter, but the tying run is now at home plate with nobody out.
He's going to use the regular bat Second pitch, this one slapped foul.
That would have made things very interesting.
You get an idea probably where Hurlis wants to put that ball, put it there in right field in the corner, and see if they can get a couple more runs across and shrink this deficit. Hurlis slaps this one and going to try and run him out, gets one, but the Badgers get one.
And the Eager Beavers will trade that. They'll take it out for a run right now.
As they need those outs, that's one away.
Tying run still at home plate with the veteran Brian Bassett.
Runners at second and third. This one slapped, only plays at first base and will not make it. And 2 runs are going to cross. And just like that, it's a 1-run game.
1-run game with 1 out. Runner on first.
And as we said, this is how quickly it can turn around here at the warehouse.
There's no clock on this game. That's why we love it. You got to earn it. Got to get your outs.
4 runs across here in the 6th. This one up is going to drop, and it will be a base hit. The runners are going to advance. Runners will be at second and third, so they are just, as you said earlier, putting it where it ain't, and they are doing that as well as they've done it all tournament long.
Second and third, 1 out. The tying run at third base. Go-ahead run at second, and Corey Clifton at the plate.
Clifton could put a charge in it. 6-5, 1 out, 2 on. Clifton slaps this one. They'll get the play at third, but we have a tie ball game, so we're going to see a bottom of the 7th.
We are going to see a bottom of the 7th, and the Honey Badgers still have the chance to take the lead.
Runner at third, 2 away, and Nathan Bassett at the plate. 5 runs across for the Honey Badgers, and this one drops in for a base hit. And the Badgers take the lead.
Take the lead in a 6-run top of the 7th inning.
7-6. What a turn of events here at the warehouse. The Honey Badgers have a 1-run lead and now have a possibility of repeating as champs, and they're still going. This one shot to Rolston and get him at first, but the damage done. The Badgers now with the lead, and it's the Beavers now.
They find themselves down a run. I'll tell you, Patrick, I really don't like their nonverbals. They walked off the field here almost acting like they're defeated already. That's not the makeup of these guys. They got to regroup here real quick because they got to score a run to tie things up, 2 to win it.
So 7-6, a 6-run inning for the Honey Badgers. And now the Beavers come up, and if they want to wrest the title away from the Badgers, they're going to have to come up with 2 runs. What an offensive explosion here in the top of the 6th inning, top of the 7th inning rather, and just another night at the warehouse.
Exactly, and it's great to have all our viewers able to witness that. Love to have them come down next year for the tournament and then watch the replay again on WOSN. But just an outstanding situation here. We've got our young people doing a great job on the Renway Park scoreboard. We have the tall stacks a la Great American Ballpark on both sides of the scoreboard. We've got Big Wren, the clock, Patrick. What more could you ask for?
Not very much. A lot of stuff inspired by what you see at Major League ballparks. We're perched on top of the Green Monster in essence. So a lot of stuff happening, and the crowd reacting to the 7-6 score being put up. Here's a quick play, safe at first. So the tying run is the leadoff hitter, and he gets on.
Big play by the Eager Beavers. A big call by Jeff Klaus there at first base. He got it right. He got it right, no doubt about that. But that was a real close call at first base, and the Eager Beavers get that leadoff runner on. All-important leadoff runner.
Bang, bang play, and the winning run at the plate right now with no one out.
Strike 1 on Murphy.
And a hush has fallen over this crowd as we've got a ball game here. This one could be 2. Not going to go for the sure out at first base. So accept the advancing runner and get the out.
Yeah, get the out, but the Eager Beavers, I think they'll give that up right there. You got the tying run at second. One out, Brock Ralston, your batter.
Steps in. Run at second, one down.
So anything can happen here. Ralston at the plate, sends this one up. This one's going to be a pop fly and gathered in by Corey Clifton. That won't advance the runner, and 2 away. And down to their final out are the Honey Badgers.
Eager Beavers.
Eager Beavers, I'm sorry.
Yep, and Bryce Richardson stepping to the plate. He would love nothing better than to switch places with Damian Helm here. Maybe find a corner down the line, score that tying run.
If he can do that, we'll see an 8th inning. This one slapped away, gonna be close. And does not go for the out at first. Protects the home plate. An interesting decision there.
Great play by Joey Hurlis. Going to be too tight at first, so he just holds the ball to make sure Helm can't score. Spencer Ralston, up to him.
Slaps us one and right to the pitcher. Will he get him?
He's safe.
A run across. We're going to have someone going to third and
Bryce
think about
Richardson.
going home. Richardson
He's gonna do it.
going home. The play. Got him out. And we
Can you
are
believe it, Patrick?
heading to extra innings here at the warehouse.
Extra innings.
A little more free wiffle ball, folks. for the
Well, I
second
hope you didn't have
free
anything else to do tomorrow. We're going to have some extra wiffle ball action here. We'll take a break. Extra innings. We're going to head to the top of the 8th here on WOSN.
Holy Renway Park.
And 7.
We're back to the top of the 8th, and we've what a 7th inning we had. The Honey Badgers exploding for 6 runs in the top of the 7th to take the lead. They were down 6-1, took the 7-6 lead, and then the Beavers getting what they needed, got a run and a play at the plate called out, and we are all tied up at 7. And it's the Beavers at the dish. I'm sorry, the Badgers at the dish. And they go ahead, and I'm sorry, the leadoff gets on.
Yep, Joey Hurlis, leadoff batter for the Honey Badgers, reaches safely. Brian Bassett now stepping to the plate.
Bassett slaps this one. Murphy fields it, 1 away.
Again, they get the out, but Joey Hurlis moves to second with 1 out. And now you're just playing good old fundamental wiffle ball here. Move the runner along. Things you don't really see a whole lot in Major League Baseball anymore. Everybody plays for the home run, the 3-run homer. And here you got to bring it in the sense that you got to move that guy around.
Notice everyone playing for the strikeout in Major League Baseball. There's a play, not going to go to first, going to protect the plate. So that'll have runners in the corners with 1 away.
So another excellent scoring opportunity here with Corey Clifton stepping to the plate.
Beavers looking to take the lead here in extra innings. 1 down with runners on the corners.
Corey Clifton at the dish, slaps this one. Murphy having trouble with it, and a run is going to cross. So the Badgers take the lead.
Runners at first and second with 1 out.
They get it back 8-7.
And the Honey Badgers
Still with an opportunity to put more across the plate with Nathan Bassett.
7 runs in the last 2 innings. This is what we've seen throughout the tournament from this team, from both these teams, really just putting up the runs when they've needed to.
Yeah, those zeros all along at the front of this game, that was somewhat of a misnomer. They have both exploded offensively.
great defense.
Runners at first and second. 1 away, this one slapped out. Field at first, gets the out and protects the plate, goes to third. Makes that move, does Malachi Murphy, to keep the runner, which in this case was Brock Ralston, from advancing to home plate.
2 outs in the inning with Sean LaFountain at third and Corey Clifton at second. Kyle Scheid, your batter.
This one up, and Richardson there to make the catch. Is this it? 3 more outs. It's an 8-7 lead now for the Honey Badgers. Can the Eager Beavers tie it up? Can they win? We'll see what happens here in just a minute.
And send this thing to the ninth. What a ball game.
Gonna run out of spots on the scoreboard there pretty soon if this keeps up. After 10 anyway.
Yeah.
fact, they didn't have, looks like for a moment there, they didn't have another 7.
Yeah.
They had an upside down 2.
There was just too much action happening to reference it again. One of the mystical parts of wiffle ball. You figure out how to keep score any way you can. Little kid holds his hand up there.
Right. I'd say the scoring part where our cameraman, also one of our cameramen is, that's a full place. In fact, the kids are almost blocking the scoreboard. We're underway here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the leadoff runner gets on once again. Cole Rolston gets on, and here come the Beavers.
Yep, he does lead off in the lineup for the Eager Beavers as well, and he's on first. That's all important at this point in time with extra innings.
Top of the lineup, that one trickles in, and the runner is safe. That was Damian Helm. So runners at first and second.
You're right, the Eager Beavers, they're dealing right now with nobody out. They're not thinking tie, they're thinking let's finish this thing.
Absolutely, winning run at first.
A formidable opponent, we need to finish it now. Malachi Murphy, your batter.
Murphy, the pitcher. I tell you what, has done a yeoman's job fielding out there tonight, as has Brian Bassett. The pitchers have been under siege tonight. This one through is going to hit him, and when it hits a runner, he's automatically out.
He's automatically out. It's a dead ball situation, so Cole Ralston has to go back to second base.
So that's a...
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Helm is
Dave.
out. Yeah, I'm sorry. Helm is out because the ball hit him. Malachi Murphy at first, Cole Ralston at second, 1 out in the inning. Brock Ralston, your batter.
So unable to advance the runners because of that. This is a shot. Hard Hurlis fields it. Can't get it to third. The tie run. He stumbles. Is he going to get there? He does. Oh my goodness. And a play at third base, and he is out. Runner will advance to second. We are tied up once again. Runner is still in scoring position. I'll tell you what, if you could import drama into a play at the plate, that's exactly what happened just there, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know if we can pick it up on camera, but there's a dip, and we call that a black hole for a reason at third base. And when you come around it, your knees go right up to your throat. That's what happened to Cole Ralston there, but he still wiggled his way to home plate to score that tying run.
All tied up at 8, 2 away. One runner in scoring position, right back to Bassett, and more wiffle ball up for you here on WOSN as we head to the 9th, and we're all tied up at 8. You know, the first 5 innings of this were just a warm-up. Now we're actually playing some real wiffle ball.
Absolutely, this is exciting. Both teams, they both won it equally. It's gonna come down to who blinks first, Patrick, to go with the cliche, if you will, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
Recap the scoring for you here. The Badgers with 1 in the 3rd, 6 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th to give you their 8 runs. And then for the Eager Beavers, the kids are blocking it. 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. Hopefully that adds up to 8. All knotted up at 8 here as we head to the top of the 9th.
And their leadoff hitter again in their lineup leads things off, Joey Hurlis.
Honey Badgers up at the plate. Murphy fields it, 1 away. So the first time in the last couple innings that neither team or one team has not gotten their leadoff guy on base.
And nobody has even thought about leaving the premise. Again, we're 5-6 deep around the field. Over 2,000 people here this evening.
Shot to Murphy once again, fields it, gets it to Richardson, and that's 2 away. So the Badgers going quietly so far here at the top of the 9th.
And every wiffle ball fan is getting their money's worth tonight because it's free to get in.
Absolutely. Murphy deals. Strike called. Here's another. That one fouled almost right back into the hands of Spencer Ralston.
And any foul tip caught by the catcher, the batter is out.
Strike 2. We'll do it again. Slaps this one to Richardson, and he will finish it off. 1, 2, 3, go the Badgers. And the Beavers, you want to talk about playing baseball in your backyard. How many of us playing ball in our backyard dreamed of bottom of the ninth, the game on the line, getting a game-winning hit? Well, someone on the Eager Beavers has an opportunity to do that here right now.
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, but what a championship game, Patrick. What a championship game. And it's not over.
Bottom of the ninth, and they only play 7 innings in wiffle ball, so you're just joining us. Bottom of the ninth is extra innings here of wiffle ball, the 28th annual wiffle ball championship here on WOSN. The Eager Beavers and the Honey Badgers, winners of the last 3 championships. The Badgers won it last year. The Beavers with a chance to pull it off. They won in 16 and 17, and that's a quick one away.
Spencer Ralston hits it to the pitcher, Brian Bassett, who throws it over to LaFountain. 1 out in the inning. We go to the top of the lineup for the Eager Beavers, Cole Ralston.
So Ralston comes up, and a hit will win, or a home run will win the game. Hurlis, and it's safe. Good fielding by Hurlis, and Ralston coming up a little lame on that, might have pulled something.
Yep, he was the one that scored in the last inning for the Eager Beavers, but he had that titanic struggle rounding third and meeting the grass, but squirming his way to home plate. He might have hurt it a little bit there and
see if
aggravated it here.
See if he stays in. Neither team has a coach per se, so we'll see if he stays in or if they bring someone else. It looks like Ralston's going to go ahead and stay in.
Yep. The main sub for the Eager Beavers is Colby Clifton.
There's a shot that was going to go to second, and the play gets Ralston at second base, and you saw Ralston just not having that speed, and it caught up with him there.
He's going to have to do some thinking here at the dugout, whether he's going to be able to come back out, what's going to be best for his team. He's got to answer that question. Because we are going to go, well, no. The Eager Beavers could score a run and end it here. We'll see what happens.
This is a shot, and that should be there by Hurlis, and he will grab it. It was foul anyway. And how about some more wiffle ball? To the 10th, we'll take a quick break. All tied up at 8 here at Wren, WOSN. Cole Ralston returns. He'll continue to play third base for the Eager Beavers. Top of the 10th here at the Wiffle Ball Championship game. We are well into extra innings at this point. Patrick Hamler, Dave Bowen here with you. And what a game we've had here so far. Malachi Murphy with the scoop and shovel. We've seen him do that more than a couple times tonight, and the leadoff runner retired here in the top of the 10th.
Yeah, a lot of times you put a veteran at the pitcher's mound.
There's a shot, and that end is going to stay in. Just stays in bounds, and that's a double.
Nathan Bassett goes deep, but as I was saying, you put a veteran at the pitcher's mound, but you got to be able to field that position. So the Honey Badgers, a scoring threat.
So do they go in that direction? It's going to be they're going to try and score at home, and he's going to be safe, loses the ball on the tag, and a gutsy play by Nathan Bassett gets the go-ahead run across. Are they going to talk about this?
They are. Going to have some good officiating here. Tim Busher and Jeff Klaus and Matt Balster. I think the question is did he have the ball long enough in the tag, or did the runner try and intentionally knock the ball out of Spencer Ralston's hands? Big call here, Patrick.
So if he's in the process of tagging him and the ball comes loose, he doesn't slap it away, what's the call in that case?
I think you're going to be safe in that situation.
Okay. It looks like they're discussing that right now.
Or if they feel like there was an exchange, like he tagged him and he was coming away to look at the runner on base to possibly throw him out. And they call him out.
And he's out.
They changed the call. Great piece of officiating there. The Honey Badgers, they're going to ask Tim Busher about it, but they're going to do it in a professional manner. And there's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of moving parts in that particular play. It was very close. As we've seen a lot of those tonight, very bang, bang. The officiating has been very good tonight. No complaints in there. It looks like they they got an explanation. May not like the result, but they got an explanation that they were hopefully they were looking for.
2 outs in the inning now.
Joey Hurlis.
Kyle Scheid at second, Joey Hurlis at the plate.
So we are still tied at 8 here in the top of the 10th.
8-8 our score, 10th inning.
The pitch by Murphy, and this one is sent out into the night and over the fence, but it is foul.
One strike.
Back to it. This one slapped past second base. Going to be a tough play at the plate. And is he? He's out.
Another big play at home plate. Great sportsmanship by Spencer Ralston with Kyle Scheid, but my goodness, Patrick, outstanding play at home plate, and the Honey Badgers come up scoreless.
So 2 opportunities, 2 plays at home plate, and 0 runs for the Honey Badgers, and now the Eager Beavers with an opportunity to win it as we head to the bottom of the 10th, all tied up at 8 here at the warehouse. And these probably 2,000 plus at this point that have turned out for this one, and the folks watching at home, you are seeing quite the wiffle ball contest tonight here on WOSN, especially if you're here live watching it.
Yeah, this makes all the time and effort that the Wiffle Ball Committee and the Commissioner Jack Davis puts into it all worthwhile. There's so many people that help make this Field of Dreams a reality. You can't mention all of them. We'll leave somebody out. And again, we'll put it away tomorrow. We'll get down here and put everything back in its place and store it. But right now, that's the furthest thing from everybody's mind.
In fact, the Eager Beavers would like to put some stuff away. We'll see if they're able to. Here in the bottom of the 10th. No gold bats yet used by either side.
It's a great observation, Patrick, with Brock Ralston stepping to the plate.
He's going to slap this one off of Bassett's calf. And the leadoff, the winning run on first base. And a little bit of a cheering section there for Brock Ralston, firing up there on the first base line.
Yeah, he's pumped, no doubt about it, with Bryce Richardson at the plate now.
Richardson with one on, no one out. This one to the fence. Hurlis fields it. That will advance 1 base, so Ralston gets to second.
And the Eager Beavers, they are in serious business now, Patrick.
Spencer Ralston batting on the left side. If he pulls it to that side, he could get it. He's going to send it. Way gone!
Walk-off home run!
Walking it
home
off
run!
is Spencer Ralston, and the Eager Beavers have won it in thrilling fashion here in the bottom of the 10th.
He'll never forget this moment the rest of his life, Patrick.
Spencer Ralston, the hero tonight at Renway. And as you said it, Dave, that night he will never forget.
The Beavers on the 2019
Spencer Ralston goes deep to right field for only our 3rd home run of the tournament. But what a home run it is. The confetti coming down, Patrick. Your final score, the Honey Badgers 8, the Eager Beavers 11.
Who needs a gold bat, says Spencer Ralston. Sends that one over the right field fence, and the celebration getting underway. And as you mentioned, the sportsmanship that you talked about, both teams congratulating each other, doing the good game, and really just a tremendous contest tonight. This one going relatively late into the night. We talked about the post-game events, talked about them about 20 minutes ago, and we will finally get to them. But what a thrilling end to this contest tonight.
And that home run ball, it sits right out there in right field up against the warning track. Bounced off the fans and came back in. I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Ralston gets that home run ball and it finds a special place on the mantle at home.
The confetti coming down here on the warehouse, on the field here. And we will come back the trophy presentation for your 2019 Wren Wiffleball champions as the fireworks go off. The Eager Beavers.
And the confetti. What a picture. What a night.
The fireworks continuing to go here on the south side of the stadium.
So now the Eager Beavers will put their name back on the trophy after a year's hiatus, winning it the 2 previous years. They're back. They were a dominant team throughout the tournament. They had this one in hand, but the Honey Badgers in the top of the 7th, 6 runs, almost unheard of if we wouldn't see it with our own eyes, but it did happen. It did happen, and that pushed us to extra innings, 10 innings. And Spencer Ralston over there gets a big hug from his dad, a walk-off 3-run homer.
The Honey Badgers, as you said, in true Honey Badger fashion, not going down, not giving up without a fight. They certainly to be commended. But the Eager Beavers are back on top of the mountain. An 11-8 win in extra innings here tonight. Celebration through the sound system here at the warehouse. And Commissioner Jack Davis with the Wiffleball Championship Trophy, and we will keep it here for the trophy presentation.
For the trophy presentation.
The Eager Beavers, your 2019 Wren Park Wiffleball Warehouse
Commissioner
champion.
Davis presenting the trophy to the 2019 champion
Jack Davis.
Eager Beavers. Let's give them a hand. What a championship game.
To the players,
What a
and
ball club.
what a team. What a night. What a game.
Great night of wiffle ball here at Wren
Much to be
Park.
celebrated
What a
tonight.
tournament
The Eager
it has been.
Beavers.
Congratulations, Beavers.
Fired up tonight with the win.
So we go.
Now we got a
go
bottle
from
of
the
champagne
trophy
for the winners.
to the traditional bottle of
Time for a photo
champagne.
op first,
Taking photos,
and they deserve it.
taking camera shots, and
Here's the
there's
champagne.
the champagne celebration
You got it.
presentation, and it is about to go off. We've had the fireworks, we've had the confetti, and like every professional team
Here
you've
we
seen
go. He
celebrate,
shakes it up.
here it is.
Brock Ralston has the traditional bottle of champagne in celebration for the
Looks
Eager
like he's
Beavers.
done that before.
And next will be their traditional tour around the outside fence, or the outfield fence, in honor of their championship, getting high fives from all of the wiffle ball fans here at Wren.
They'll greet the fans that
T-shirts
have
are next.
hung around to
Locate our roster.
see the championship, to see the celebration, and quite a few still hanging around. A lot of orange shirts in the crowd, no doubt supporters of the Eager Beavers.
2 quality teams, Patrick. The 2 best teams in the tournament. It's a blind draw.
All right, T-shirts,
They were in
one
opposite
player at a
brackets,
time.
and they did meet each other in the
Non-starter
championship game.
Colby Clifton.
Just another chapter in the storied history of Wren Park.
Here's the t-shirt presentation,
Non-starter Nehemiah Murphy.
and the members of each team receiving a championship shirt.
And the starters through the batting order, Cole Ralston.
Cole had so many at-bats that were crucial towards the end of the game where he led off an inning
Damian
and got
Helm.
to first base, especially when they found themselves behind in the 7th and 8th inning.
Malachi Murphy. Brock Ralston. Bryce Richardson. And perhaps it's fitting that this guy gets his t-shirt last. The walk-off home run hit by Mr. Spencer Ralston.
Spencer Ralston finishes things off for the Eager Beavers, gets his t-shirt last. What an honor.
And now,
ending it in emphatic
it's time
fashion.
for the much-earned victory lap for the 28th annual Wiffle Ball Warehouse champions, the Eager Beavers.
The Beavers put their shirts on, and you'll see it here on WOSN.
Sliding into
the
those
victory
blue
lap.
shirts. Look pretty good in those guys.
And I'll tell you what, just an overall team effort tonight by the Eager Beavers coming away with a win.
Yes, absolutely. When they gave up 6 runs there in the 7th, I really didn't like their nonverbals coming off the field, but they regrouped and battled back, and it wasn't just one guy. Yeah, Spencer finished it off, but boy, what a team effort, not just in the championship game, but throughout the tournament. And again, what a great victory, what a great game, what a pleasure to have WOSN here tonight to take it all in.
The Honey Badgers with a thunderous return in the 7th inning to score 6 runs to tie it up. Had opportunities to win, but the Beavers hung on, and eventually Spencer Rolston with a 3-run blast over the right field fence and into the night and into the history books here at the warehouse at Wren Park. As the team continues to celebrate and doing their walk-off, that is going to conclude our broadcast of the Wiffle Ball Championship, the 28th annual Wiffle Ball Championship here at Wren, Ohio at Wren Park. Dave, as always, a pleasure calling this broadcast with you. A lot of fun. Wren always is for us here at WOSN.
Love having you here, Patrick. Again, hometown style, community presentation, community effort. Great opportunity to show the community off. And here we have the Eager Beavers. They can't even run around the field like we usually see on the victory lap. They're exhausted.
They've played almost an additional half game of football tonight.
Absolutely.
We're just going to do the championship walk this time around.
Yep.
That's going to be it for us tonight here on WOSN. Our final tonight, the winners tonight and your new champions with an 11-8 win. They get it done. Badgers, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. For Dave Bowen and our entire WOSN staff, I'm Patrick Kamler. Your Eager Beavers are your Wiffle Ball champions, 11-8 tonight. We'll see you next time.